Have you ever been scammed at a bar while traveling? A chilling question, isn't it? But unfortunately, it's a reality many globetrotters face. A relaxing drink at a local pub can quickly turn into a nightmare, as bar scams are more common than you might think, and they occur all over the world. These scams are not only a financial drain, but also a severe dampener on the overall travel experience. They leave tourists feeling cheated and disillusioned, casting a dark shadow over their adventures, but fear not. Knowledge is your best defense, and staying informed is key to avoiding these unpleasant experiences. It's important to stay vigilant, to question the unusual, and to know the common tricks that scammers employ. Remember, awareness can be the difference between a memorable trip and a regrettable one. So buckle up as we delve into the top 10 bar scams to watch out for. Trust me, this journey is going to be as enlightening as it is chilling. The first scam on our list is the infamous short pour. An all too common ruse, this trick sees bartenders giving you less alcohol than what your hard-earned money paid for. How is it done, you ask? Well, the bartender can manipulate the pour to look generous while actually skimping on the spirits. They might use an oversized glass or a heavy hand with the mixer, making your drink seem larger than it really is. It's a sneaky way to save on costs at your expense. So how can you spot it? Pay attention to the pour. Look for the bartender's technique and the ratio of alcohol to mixer. If the glass is filled to the brim with ice or mixer before any alcohol is added, you might just be a victim of the short pour. Remember, when it comes to your drink, always keep an eye on the pour. Next up, we have the bait and switch. It's a clever little trick that can leave a sour taste in your mouth, and I'm not talking about the cocktail. Here's how it goes. You order a reasonably priced drink, something that won't break the bank. But what arrives is a top-shelf luxury concoction, a far cry from your humble request. Your astonishment quickly turns into dismay when the bill arrives, charging you for the expensive drink. You've just been baited and switched, so how do you avoid this? Simple. Be clear about your order. If the bartender seems to misunderstand, repeat your request. When your drink arrives, confirm it's what you ordered before taking a sip. And when the bill comes, scrutinize it. Make sure you're being charged for what you actually consumed, not what the establishment wishes you had. So always double-check your order and your bill. Moving on, we have the cash grab. A clever act of deception where the bartender takes more cash than you handed over, claiming you gave them less. This is a classic case of your word against theirs. It's like a magician's trick, a sleight of hand that leaves you baffled and a few quid lighter. But fret not, there's a simple way to avoid this. When paying for your drink, don't simply hand over a wad of cash. Make it a point to clearly state the amount you're giving them. Here's £20 for my pint, you might say. This forces the bartender to acknowledge the amount, reducing the chances of them claiming you handed over less. Also, always count your change. It might seem trivial, but it's a habit that can save you a fair bit of money. So, the next time you're ordering that mojito, remember, it's not just about enjoying the drink, it's about outsmarting the tricksters too. Keep your money close and always count your change. Halfway through our list, we have the overpriced menu. Picture this, you're in a foreign land, eager to savor the local brew, and you saunter into a quaint little bar. But beware, my friends, for this seemingly innocent establishment might be harboring a sly trick or two. You see, some establishments have not one, but two menus with different prices, one for the unsuspecting tourist and the other for the savvy local. The tourist menu, as you might have guessed, is inflated to squeeze out those extra coins from your pocket. How do you spot this? Well, observe the locals. If they seem to be paying less for the same round, you might be on the receiving end of this scam. Better yet, learn a few phrases in the local language. It might just get you the local menu. And remember, when in doubt, ask a local. Next on our list is the unrequested round. This one is quite sneaky. Picture this, you're having a great time, enjoying your drinks, and then suddenly an extra round of beverages appears on your table. You didn't order them, but they're there. The bartender, with a smile, assures you it's on the house, or perhaps a mistake. But when the bill arrives, lo and behold, you're being charged for those unrequested drinks. So how do you avoid this scam? First off, be clear about what you're ordering. If an extra round appears, question it immediately. Don't assume it's a freebie. Secondly, keep track of your orders. It's easy to lose count after a few drinks, but being conscious of what you've ordered can save you from this scam. And finally, don't be afraid to dispute the bill. It's not impolite to stand your ground. Remember, if you didn't order it, you shouldn't have to pay for it. Moving along, we have the hidden charge. This is a sly trick some establishments use to sneak in additional costs that aren't immediately obvious. Imagine enjoying your night only to find an inflated bill at the end with charges you never agreed to. It could be a service fee, a cover charge, or even a live music fee that was never mentioned. These charges are typically buried in the fine print or passed off as common practice. It's easy to miss them amidst the hustle and bustle of a lively bar. So how do you spot them? Be vigilant. Ask for an itemized bill and question any unfamiliar charges. Don't be afraid to challenge them, especially if they were not clearly communicated to you. Remember, establishments rely on your hesitation to question these charges. Stand your ground, it's your hard-earned money on the line. Always inspect your bill thoroughly before paying. Next up, we have the Card Skimmer. A nefarious ploy indeed. Picture this, you've had a good time at the bar, and now it's time to settle the bill. You hand your credit card to the bartender, who then uses a small device to swipe your card. What you don't know is that this device, known as a card skimmer, is stealing all your credit card information in an instant. Now, the scammer has everything they need to max out your credit card or sell your details on the dark web. Not exactly the souvenir you had in mind, eh? So how do you avoid it? Simple. Don't let your card out of your sight. Use contactless payment methods or cash when possible. If you must use a card, ensure it's not swiped on any device you can't see. Remember, your card is your responsibility. Keep your cards in sight always. Second to last, we have the fake bill. A scam as old as paper money itself, this trick involves a dishonest bartender swapping your genuine banknote for a counterfeit one, then claiming you've given them fake currency. It's a swift bait and switch that leaves many a patron red-faced and out of pocket. How does it work? Well, you hand over your bill to pay for your drink. The bartender takes it, perhaps makes a show of inspecting it, then quickly switches it with a fake one they had hidden away. They then accuse you of trying to pass off counterfeit money. In the confusion and embarrassment, you might end up paying again, this time with a different note. But there's a simple way to avoid falling victim to this scam. Familiarize yourself with the currency of the country you're visiting. Know what real bills look and feel like. And always keep an eye on your money when you hand it over. Know your currency and don't be fooled. Finally, we have the forced tip. Picture this, you've just had a delightful evening at a local bar, and as you ask for the bill, the bartender or waitstaff suddenly becomes overly friendly. They might start sharing personal stories, laying on the charm, or expressing how hard they've been working. All seems well, until you see the bill and find an exorbitant tip amount already included. Or worse, they suggest an overly generous tip openly. This, dear friends, is the notorious forced tip scam. It's a ploy where service staff use their charm and your empathy to pressure you into leaving a larger tip than you intended. If you find yourself in such a situation, remember, you're not obliged to pay more than you think the service was worth. Stand your ground. After all, tipping is a token of appreciation for good service, not a mandatory charge. Tips should be earned, not coerced. And there you have it, the top 10 bar scams to watch out for. From the sly short pour to the deceptive bait and switch, the audacious cash grab to the covert overpriced menu, we've dived into the depths of the unrequested round and the notorious hidden charge. Not to forget the elusive card skimmer, the cunning fake bill, and the infamous forced tip. Each of these scams a cautionary tale, an eye-opener for the unsuspecting traveler. These aren't mere stories, but real threats that lurk in the shadows of the most unsuspecting places. It's our hope that this knowledge will serve as a shield, a guide to navigate the murky waters of these scams. Share this information, spread the word. An informed traveler is a safe traveler. In the end, remember, the world is an oyster brimming with experiences waiting to be relished. Stay safe, stay informed, and enjoy your travels.